Hey everyone, welcome back to Shade Review. In today's video, we are reviewing the throwback Ray-Ban Ultra Aviator sunglasses. Now, these came out in 2012 under Luxottica's ownership, so these have nothing to do with the original Ultra Aviators that Bausch & Lomb produced back in the 1990s, and I think even older than that. So these are in fact the Luxottica pair that I'm talking about in today's video, and the model number here is 8029K. But first off, I gotta thank today's video sponsor, our own website, shadereviewstore.com, where we actually have both these sunglasses available on our website for a pretty decent price, but they both are pre-owned, so keep that in mind. So make sure to head over to shadereviewstore.com if you guys want to check these sunglasses out and so much more. Now, these sunglasses were first produced in 2012, and I think they were discontinued around 2014, 15, or 16, somewhere around there, but these sunglasses were very expensive, so because of that, you don't see a lot of these flying around there whatsoever. The original MSRP for these frames back in 2012, and I actually have a screenshot to show here on the screen of the exact price, was $480. Adjusting for inflation, that's about like $650 in 2025 when I'm making this video. So these sunglasses were extremely expensive, and because of that, they are actually quite rare. Now, what makes these frames so special is the fact that the frames are actually plated in gold. They're plated in 18 karat yellow gold and 18 karat white gold for the pair of these silver lenses. So the gold has the gold frame. So it's really cool that I was actually able to get both examples for today's video. Let me go ahead and pop on the pair with the silver lenses. So these are a silvered mirror lens, and what's really cool about these lenses, so both on the silver and the gold, is it actually says P3 Plus etched onto the lens. Ever since I first saw that etching, I thought that was a really cool. And over the course of 10 plus years since I've known about these sunglasses, I've never been able to find out what the P3 plus means. Obviously the P means polarized, but I'm not sure what the 3 plus means. I've used a lot of tools to try to find old information and to try to be able to find out what the actual P3 plus lens means. Why is it called P3 plus? And unfortunately, I have no idea. If anybody's watching this video from Luxottica and knows the answer, please let me know in the comment section down below. I am desperate to actually get clarity as to what that means, but it's just really cool, and it's not going to be painted on the lens. It's actually etched in the lens, kind of like the Persol logo is going to be etched in the lens, and it's etched absolutely perfectly, and because it's etched, they're actually not going to fall off or fade over time. They're just going to basically last forever, or at least last as long as the actual lens itself is going to last. However, you know, if you're looking for these and you're trying to look at photos online, because it's etched, it's actually a very discreet logo. It's really hard to see, so I'm going to give you guys a close-up, and I probably already gave you guys a close-up, but it's really hard to see in real life, which is a good and bad, I guess. I personally like it to be much more loud and bold because of how unique it actually is, but you know, either way, it's not that big of a deal to me, but it is a really cool thing to see. Now, another thing that makes these frames extremely unique is the fact that they are made in Italy, and the frames are actually made out of a titanium material. Typically, almost all titanium frames are made in Japan, not in Italy, but these do say Ray-Ban titanium made in Italy. Now, again, this was back in 2012 when the average person didn't really understand what Japanese eyewear meant. You know, a lot of people were ignorant and they thought it meant Chinese or Malaysian or any one of those other Asian countries. And those other countries are mostly known for making, you know, pretty cheap eyewear. So I honestly think they did all the welding and all the frame construction in Japan and then had them sent over to Italy factory to do final finishing and everything like that. I could be way off, that's just my conspiracy theory, but there definitely was much more of a stigma towards Japan back in 2012. But of course, now in 2025, basically everybody knows that the absolute best place to buy eyewear from is Japan. The build quality and the craftsmanship is just absolutely insane in almost anything they do. I've never seen a pair of eyewear that said made in Japan on it that was low quality. So with that being said, let's get back into the review here. And I do want to talk about the lens. The outlook through both of these is actually quite different. The silver mirror lenses have like a gray outlook to them, and then the gold frame actually has like a nice warm brown B15 outlook to them. Now, both these do have polarized lenses. Again, they have those polarized P3 plus lenses, and they are very advanced. The quality of these is very, very good, and they're going to have hydrophobic and oleophobic coatings on them as well, which really helps make cleaning them off very nice and easy. They also do have anti-reflective materials here on the backside of the lens as well, so very, very, very high quality. And because these are made out of titanium frame material, they're actually going to be quite a bit lighter than a traditional pair of Ray-Ban Aviator sunglasses. So these are actually going to come in at only 29 grams. So a really, really good weight in my opinion. Now, as far as the styling of these sunglasses goes, they look very similar to just a classic original Ray-Ban Aviator frame. However, if we take a look here at the top ridge, we can actually see that it sticks forward. So here, hopefully you guys can see it, but it actually kind of sticks forward instead of being flat. And because of that, it adds a little bit of extra depth and character to the frames, kind of showing people that they look a little bit different. Now, some people may think that it's a fake pair of sunglasses because it looks like an Aviator, but something looks a little bit wrong to it. But people who know will definitely know that these are a pair of limited edition Ray-Ban Aviator Ultra frames made out of a titanium material. Really, really cool. And I also think this was the first ever pair of titanium made Aviator style sunglasses from Ray-Ban. I think they did some stuff with their golfing sunglasses back under the Bosch and Lomb days of titanium, but nothing that kind of looked as beautiful as an Aviator pair frame. Now, as far as the hinges goes, over the years, they definitely feel kind of loose. I've tightened them up a little bit, and they still feel pretty decent when they are tight, but just the old pair of sunglasses, over 10 years old. Also, if we take a look here at the inner left template frame, we can see that color-coded model information, and for whatever reason, they said large here on the inside right temple. I assume it means large metal, which is what the original Ray-Ban Aviators were used to be known as, but these sunglasses are definitely not large. These were only produced in the 58mm lens size. So if we take a look here at the inside of the bridge, not the lower bridge, the inside of the bridge, we can see it says 5814, which is the same dimensions as a pair of original Ray-Ban Aviator sunglasses. And if we take a look here at the top ridge of the frames, we can see it just says Ray-Ban. It doesn't say made in Italy, made in Japan, it just simply says Ray-Ban there. These also have fully adjustable nose rests that you can bend and kind of give a custom fit to the face, and they do have kind of like a stamped RB logo there for authentication purposes there as well. And then if we move out to the outside temples of the frame, we can see an etched Ray-Ban logo, also there for authentication purposes. Now, these sunglasses were a limited edition, and they came with a really cool limited edition case that I'm going to put on the screen right here, but unfortunately I don't have any available on our website. Both these are purchased without the original case. Overall, just a really, really beautiful pair of sunglasses, or I should say pairs of sunglasses with the gold and the silver combined. And when these frames first came out, I think they were the most expensive pair of Ray-Bans ever, other than of course the solid gold frames that Bosch and Lomb did and also Ray-Ban did in the past. Just $480 was a lot of money for these sunglasses, but I can see why somebody would pay that money. If them being a limited edition with their really cool features, very, very high quality lenses, just a really well-built pair of sunglasses. But at the end of the day, $480 is a lot of money, and I don't think these sold too well just because it wasn't worth that much more than a pair of original Ray-Ban Aviators. I think in 2012, a pair of original Ray-Ban Aviators only cost around like $140 with non-polarized lenses. With polarized lenses, probably like about $170. So quite the big price difference between these and those, but them being titanium really is a game changer. And I also think the lenses might be a little bit thinner as well. They feel less top heavy. They feel a little bit lighter, even though they are crystal glass lenses. So yeah, overall an absolutely beautiful pair of sunglasses, and I really do like these. And again, they're available on our website, but they are in pre-owned condition with some scuffs and some damage, but overall very clear lenses, and they're going to be good for the next owner for a really long time if they are protected. But that's all guys in this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give me a big thumbs up below, and of course make sure to hit that subscribe button, and then you'll be notified every single time I upload a brand new video just like this one to our YouTube channel. Again, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.